You are aware that Helldivers 2 has become ridiculously popular. Absurdly so. And as with anything in the modern day world,
Helldivers 2 bans players asking for
LGBTQ in an effort to try and
players arguing against it. No politics, only
which
game.
is what we're seeing happening here. Helldivers
if that's
alerts.
true.
You might at first glance be tempted to think this is an official account saying, friendly reminder, don't be a fascist. Oh really now? Oh, that's an interesting take, particularly from a game that so obviously satirizes it, but oh well.
Which is why I'm
and
shocked.
You should not be genuinely reciprocating.
So, I have no idea why, but today Hassan was playing the game with CDawg VA. I have no idea why a guy like him would touch this game at all. And I have no idea why he would consider it fun. I don't know, maybe I'll watch CDawg's VA thing off stream just to see, but a guy like Hassan, who's saying that streaming is hard, no. I'm not buying that shit for a nickel.
Approval of conquest, genocide, and violence. Well, actually, if you are in a war where all the sides are attempting to conquer and genocide one another with violence, then yes, responding with those exact same things is 1000% legit. To quote another handsome lad with a massive forehead in another very, very relevant movie, we are in it for the species, boys and girls. But, of course, this is not an official account. This is the official account, Helldivers 2. It has the exact same logo, as you will see. It's got much the same name as well, only adding alert. And it doesn't do a whole lot to make it clear that it's a so-called fan account. Because this is, of course, about clout. As there is one position in particular that is so very interested with seeing fascists on every single street corner, in every single game, etc. The Antifa far-left political crowd. Now, normally, you would think that the no politics in games approach would be the correct one. However, this is where we get to the interesting part. I was banned from the Discord for what I'm about to say, but I do not think it is controversial. I would like this game to remain politically neutral. Someone in Discord suggested LGBTQ skins, and my response was to keep homosexual politics out of the game. Alright,
yes.
Fair enough. In fact, this seems like an actual legit problem because there have been plenty of demands on the Steam forums of just this. I have found dozens of threads like this, but this is where it gets really funny. You may notice the strange stripes in the background, indicating that all of these have been locked. Well, there was another post like this. Friend got banned for asking to add one LGBTQ cape.
Yes. Do it.
They seem to legitimately be banning both sides of this political discourse. In other words, they are actually saying no politics in this game. They are actually keeping the politics out of the video game, regardless of the political position. Now, of course, being on the more central right-wing side of things, I do believe that this is something that needs to be said. I do believe that most companies require this call-out for them to even begin to think about the fact that the doctrinal philosophy that they've been infiltrated with is going to damage their product. But it seems as if the developers of Helldivers have actually realized...
This is amazing. Okay? This is what we need more of. We need a lot more of this. We don't need politics in gaming, guys. Look at what politics has done to the movie industry over the last 2 years. Disney is almost $100 billion worth less as of today than it was 2 years ago. So, I kind of agree with this. Don't bring politics into gaming, okay? People game to escape that crap, right? Don't bring it into gaming, man. I think that Arrowhead Studios is right on the ball with this because this game is very popular. And if they are banning people because of this, that is awesome. I don't care if you're right or left and they're banning you. Don't bring politics into gaming. Especially if you're asking for an LGBTQ cape. Come on. This game is just not attention for you. It's attention for the whole entire community. This game does not move forward without the community because of how the game plays. And Arrowhead doesn't want to damage that with politics, and I think that's
that no, we can't have the political discussion. We are not a forum for the political discussion. We are a fucking video game about killing robots and bugs. We don't need this here. We are not the correct avenue or the venue. Stop, both of you. And I am 1000%.
Liberty and democracy is like two words that are used like radically frequently in this game. Like how in the world can you go around and ask for an LGBTQ cape? And as they're not going to sacrifice what they've made, guys, just to make you happy. They're just not going to, because this company is a no bullshit company. You can tell that because the CEO actively responds on Twitter to every question that's asked that's of an important matter. So you're not going to get what you're asking for.
In favor of this. Obviously, the retarded counter-argument of the leftist is, don't you realize the game is political? You make political jokes in the game. You must be open to be a political battleground. No, not at all. You can have a game that has political themes. You can even have a game that has overt in-universe politics is it. You can even have a game that makes overt political declarations in it, as well as the game definitely does make fun of quite a few authoritarian philosophies, and still not make it a correct area for political discourse, which is exactly what they are currently trying to do. Will there be trans flag capes? Locked thread. Trans LGBTQIA plus representation in-game? Locked thread. No LGBTQ plus representation in-game? Seriously? Locked thread. This is the correct...
Do you notice a trend here with how they're locking threads on their Discord like this? Notice how it's not like... It's not the guys who are on the right asking for this. They're not asking for special permission or anything. It's all of these LGBTQ people wanting representation in the game, and Arrowhead's not buying it. They're literally locking and deleting the threads. They have seen how politics have hurt games and the entertainment industry, so they're not going to do it. You guys might as well just stop.
Correct way of dealing with this. You do not bow down to either side. You simply take a firm stance and say, no, not here. This is a third-person shooter action video game. We are going to literally accept as broad a constituency as you want. You're trans and want to play our game? Go on. You're right-wing and want to play our game? Go on. Conservative, left-wing, Antifa? We don't care. Because we are a video game. It's a genuinely laudable position.
It should have been that way 2 years ago. COD should have never kicked Nick Merckx's little package in COD because of the fact that he stood up for this shit. Should have never gone political at all. Video gaming and the movie industry are trying so hard, but most normal people don't want to hear about this shit. They don't. When most normal people log on to a game that they're playing, they're trying to, one, decompress from the work that they do. Two, they're trying to get a liberating freedom from the outside world. And that means politics mainly. Because look at how politically driven we are in the world. It's radically insane how much politics dictates how we are doing stuff right now. I fully agree and support this. This is awesome.
Now, of course, again, I sympathize significantly more with this position than I do the other one, because this is absolutely subversive. I've talked about this on multiple occasions. Even if it's entirely possible, the guy in question here has no understanding of this. In fact, the majority of these people are probably, honestly, relatively well-intentioned. They're looking at the game and it's like, my friend got banned for asking for this? Isn't that a little bit extreme? I mean, it's just one cape, right? Fair enough. And if it ever stopped at one cape, I wouldn't even have a problem with it either. But it never does. Because
you don't you always see it that it's the left asking for this crap. But you never see the left creating something like this nowadays. Because the entertainment industry is starting to catch on that a good 90% of people who go out and are able to buy this type of stuff don't cater to that. The experiment has failed. Like, you can be whatever you want, dude. Just don't bring it into my video game. It was one of the reasons why YouTube actually gave me a warning strike for a COD video that I did, because I defended veterans by asking the simple question, why do all of these LGBTQ people get free stuff, but I have to pay $25 for all my veteran stuff and I'm a veteran? And literally the next day, YouTube sent me an email saying that my hateful rhetoric toward the LGBTQ community is unprecedented. No, I just don't want politics in my game. If you're going to make me pay $25 for something, you need to make them pay $25 for something. Just because of the way that they feel does not mean that it's of equal stature. That's why I live in America. So that everything is equal. Not one person can tell me what to do, and I can't tell one person what to do. I can have my own thoughts and opinions, and they can have their own thoughts and opinions. That's why in America we debate. But lately it hasn't been debating, it's been more shouting on one end, and the right has been really silent. And I will state it again, I hate Andrew Tate, and I hate how right-wing he is, and I hate that the cornerstone of red pilling comes from a guy who used to have a freaking cam service, which I think is utterly pathetic as a man, if you do that. So, I think this is great.
Because of this. This is why you cannot have one cape. Because the moment you do, people will see it as an affirmation of their political beliefs. The accounts are already there, chasing clout in the name of the game, attempting to push a political philosophy and opinion. That is what they're already doing. Like this Helldivers alert, like, oh, I'm a super fan of this video game. I don't quite understand what it's satirizing or the humor in it, but I am totally a fan. And maybe he's just a moron. It's entirely possible. But the entire ideology is designed to be subversive. I've read enough of the original philosophers now to recognize that very fact. And so yes, even giving them the pinky finger will only result in further demands. It is quite literally inevitable. But at the same time, you are also going to need to deal with a rising counterbalance to this, which has realized what I just mentioned, that this is subversive and must be stopped at the beginning. And hey, this might even be an acceptable conversation in a closed vacuum, right? Somebody says, hey, can I have this? Somebody goes, no, I think that's bringing the ideology, can we not? And I, again, sympathize primarily with this post because he has the best point. But if you are a third-party developer, the easiest and by far the most effective way to deal with this is to simply say, no. You don't get to talk about it. You don't get to discuss it. We are enforcing the 100% politic-free zone.
Which is the way it should be, thank you, God.
As long as they keeping their game entirely.
This makes me believe there is a God again.
Any right-wing symbols, no left-wing symbols, nothing whatsoever. I am completely satisfied.
I never lost my faith in God.
In fact, I think it might be the ideal one. So, do let me know what you think down in the comment section below as well. Do you approve of this?
That is my comment. That is my comment right there. I think this one is possibly the worst game to ever try subverting. Citizens of Super Earth won't stand for this. Yep, I'm putting a thumbs up by that. LGBTQ plus Kate, please. Thread has been locked and is being investigated for treason for demanding a symbol that is not of Super Earth affiliation. You're goddamn right. Super Earth Justice Department finds them guilty on all accounts. Sentences 40 years of shoveling bug droppings. Booyah for Super Earth. Fucking based. Wow, you're an asshole. But I think that this...
Or do you suspect that
this video has so many good points to it?
Concessions made in the future. I am personally worried about that because this is probably eventually going to grow into a larger story. We'll wait and see. At the moment, I think Helldivers 2 has the sheer influential clout as the game of the moment to ride it out. I don't even think most of the gaming outlets will want to target it right now, because if they alienate the Helldivers fans, which they are currently trying to farm for clicks as hard as they possibly can, then they will lose.
Think about it, Hassan plastered his face all over the game with Sea-Dog VA, as I brought up earlier.
Currently crashing and burning at a frankly hard pace.
I don't know, Sea-Dog. You going with Hassan on a game like this, just, it hurts you, not helps you.
Trend that more and more of these sites have deviated away.
I don't even want to watch it because he's a part of it, and I have a lot of respect for Sea-Dog VA.
Garbage that we all know gaming journalists exist to make. It might still be garbage, but at least it's non-offensive garbage. I, though, am quite approving of it, and we'll see where it goes from there. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I do hope to see you all again soon. Have a good day.
That spot on, right on the freaking money. You shouldn't be doing that in games anyway. Games are for everybody. Including me. Popped up brain damage veteran wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Black Rifle Coffee hat on there. See, oh my god, and one of the... oh my Jesus Christ. Should I watch it? Did I watch it, chat? Just to see how this fucker reacts to it? Because Sea-Dog put his, like, confused face in the thumbnail. Should I watch it? Let's see what the fuck I do.
Oh god, hi, hello. Hello, Raiders. Hi.